Hello there. Great leaders motivate people. So what do great leaders do repeatedly and consistently to motivate their team? We'll find out in this video. I'll be right back. Welcome back. My name is Raymond Huan, and if you own a business, you're interested in business, or you wish to learn about the tips and tricks on how to operate your business better, I encourage you to click on the subscribe button that you see before you right now. As leaders, we want motivated people to work in our teams because they are productive and they perform at their best. Everyone is motivated by their why. Our why explains why we do what we do. In a previous video, Understanding Our Why and What Matters, I explored why it's important for entrepreneurs and business owners to know and understand their why. The answer is because our purpose as business owners guides us on what we should do and how we should do it by providing a very good reason on why we should do it. Employees are also motivated by their whys, and the common advice is to lead employees in a way that aligns with their whys. Now, this is important because if we miss out in understanding what why is, we run the risk of rolling out policies that, although well-intentioned, would run contrary to motivating your team. Now, let's take a very well-intentioned example: an attendance reward program that recognizes and rewards employees who came to work on time every single day for one entire month. I discussed this in the previous video. On the flip side of this program was that if anyone came in tardy at any time during the month, they would not be eligible for that particular reward. At the end of 1 month and in the program, the company found that the policy became actually unproductive. In fact, the company discovered that they actually lost 1.4% of daily productivity when the program was actually implemented. Here's the link in the video again if you're curious to know what exactly happened. The problem with such a program is that it tried to motivate people through an external motivating factor, like money, which they found out does not effectively motivate people. What gets people motivated instead are internal factors, which is essentially our whys or our purpose. So what should you do instead? Well, in another video. Yes, I know I keep referring to videos in my videos, but for those of you who follow my blog, I try to do it in a way to help you in your business, and it's not a good use of your attention time right now if I keep bringing up in detail past examples. So unless you want to find out more information about them, then I'll refer to it and I put a link up where you can click on it. Like now. So back to our discussion. In this video, I discussed examples of policies designed to align with the employee's internal motivating factors. One company focused on providing employees a reasonable amount of autonomy through reduced working hours. This, in turn, gave employees a greater sense of responsibility. Another policy in this video focused on continually providing opportunities for professional development. It aligned with the employees' desire to develop their skills, and these policies were designed through a significant cost of time and suited the kind of business that the company was involved in at that time, and they required long-term planning of this policy prior to its execution. So what can you do consistently and repeatedly starting today so that you can build and nurture a team of motivated individuals? Here are some practical tips to motivating people in your team that you can do on a regular basis. People in general appreciate it when other people take interest in their well-being. They particularly appreciate it when they know that their bosses care for them and are working to provide support. Schedule time with your employees to check in on them on a regular basis, whether weekly, fortnightly, or even quarterly. Check in on them. How are they doing? Do you have any issues that you need to address? In some organizations, the top echelon of management schedules 15-minute catch-up meetings with their subordinates at the end of the week to check up on their progress and general well-being. Make it a habit to ask when an employee is facing a problem or challenge at work. What do you need to help you do your job better? Often the people who cause problems have the knowledge and ability to solve them. And many times too, these problems can be resolved more quickly when employees are provided some level of support by the organization. Perhaps tweaks in the process, provisions of additional resources, or designing better policies. But we can't find solutions if we don't understand the problem. So it is always a good idea to ask. Now, not everyone will have the privilege of knowing and understanding their why, or even finding meaning in their work. This is more common with people who perform repetitive tasks. To me, one of the best ways of motivating them is to make them understand how important their tasks are in the whole scheme of things. Let's say you have an employee who is responsible for filing paperwork. Boring paperwork. The task in itself can be tedious, repetition, and boring. For some, menial tasks can be actually disheartening, and this can cause people to make mistakes. One of the best ways to motivate people to do this task is to make them understand the repercussions of sloppy work. What happens if he or she files an important document in the incorrect folder? What if that document is important and required by, say, an important regulatory agency or a key client? And what if the document was urgently needed but could not be found, merely because it was filed incorrectly? When people understand how important their job is, it will be easier for them to understand how important it is for them to do it well. Training comes in many forms: formal training, mentoring, shadowing, or even cross-training in different departments. Find the opportunities where employees are allowed to train and be trained. No one is perfect, and we are all prone to make mistakes. Feedback is crucial so that we know whether we are doing a good job or a bad one. The key to motivating employees is knowing how to provide feedback. Recognizing employees publicly results in two things. It provides feedback to the employee that the bosses see the good work, which motivates the employee to continuing doing the good work. And it provides other employees with behavior that they can model so that they too can be recognized. On the other hand, providing negative feedback privately is also important because it provides the employee with an opportunity and a game plan to rectify his or her mistake. It is also an opportunity for you as a leader and business owner to understand certain issues and concerns that contribute to this mistake and provides you with an opportunity to correct it. It is also a learning opportunity for both you and the employee to learn from this. If you're interested to know more about what a business has to go through when facing exponential growth, you can download the first chapter of the first book, From 20K to 2 million in 2 years, absolutely free here. The chapter talks about the differences between a good and a great business and puts out questions that make you consider how you can turn your business from good to great. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to catching up with you again very soon.